Hello.
Hello, friends. It's me, Cynthia.
And Azealia.
And we are GreenGirlStudios, and this is our Sunday edition Magic Hour. Hello, my friends. I see we have some folks waiting. Hello, Liz, Linda. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Karen. Hello,
Hi.
my friends. Where's everybody coming from? We are streaming live from Asheville, North Carolina. And it was good news because one of our main bridges on Tunnel Road opened up, which was a big deal because traffic around here has been nuts. So we were like so excited. It's like the smallest thing. We're like the such delight, you know. You wouldn't think it, but man, has it been like nonstop traffic. So this little piece of not even. It's like what is that piece of road? It's like not even 20 feet. It's the smallest piece of road, but it's kind of an important piece of road because it connects a lot of areas in town. So that'll alleviate some of the traffic around here. So that was good news for Asheville. Oh, Karen says, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, yeah. You know, on Wednesday, all through the week, I didn't feel good. I had some kind of, like stomach problems. That's what brings me low. I can't get past stomach issues. I always think I can power through it, but there's some things that you can't. There's some things you can't push through. You can't just decide. I think I can do this, and it's always like, there's no way. If you're going to be hopping up and down, then we'll just call it. So I let her call it because I felt kind of guilty for not, powering through. So you'll see this. Seafoam hashtag right here. That is our giveaway tonight. And how it works is you type in Seafoam. Is it all caps? It looks like all caps to me. So it's all caps. So type it in exactly as you see it on the screen. Hashtag, no spaces, all one word. And what we'll do is at the end, we will draw a couple. I have a couple of things. Azealia and I ran around the studio and found some. I found this old. I have these kits. We might have some somewhere, but this was one that was popular. And when I say popular, I'm thinking like 20 some years ago. You weren't even born. So when I made this, it's something my sister and I came up with. And then I found this pearl that's like the same color. It's a real big, pretty pearl. So anyway, we're going to do 2 draws at the end. So put in hashtag Seafoam. You see it right there, Seafoam. Put that in. And then what we'll do is we will wait till the end, draw 2. And if you don't have an outstanding order with us, what we'll ask is just cover the shipping. It's like a few dollars. So it's good. It's worth it. All right. Oh, hello, Kalite. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Diane. Hello, my friends. So we have just started. Well, we tried to start this a couple weeks ago. We weren't real sure how to do it. So we have now what is called an affiliate link to some of these things that we've been showing you. Our friend out there, Terry, said, hey, if you're showing these products through Amazon, you might as well get a little kickback. So what happens is this. If we share a link, that'll be in the bottom one of the comments. Then if you go to that comment and you follow the link, we're not sure if they work yet. We're gonna drop some and see if they work.
First try.
This is our first try. So what happens is this. Once that happens, we have to make 3 sales within I'm not sure the amount of time.
180 days.
180 days, or we don't. That was our chance for affiliate links. So we're hopeful that we can make at least 3 sales. We put a few things that we're working with today, and what happens is we get a percentage. It's not a big percentage. It's not enough to it's not like half or something like that. But what it is good for is that it adds up over time. So, why not, right? Thank you, Terry, for that link or that advice for doing that. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I see my friend Anne. Hello, Anne. Hello, Jeanette. We will be seeing Anne in Tucson. We just got our tickets. That's happening. So we're going to be in Tucson in what is it now? What's the month? It's almost Christmas. So, like in a month, we're going to be in Tucson. So that's exciting news. And what we'll do is, what are we going to do? We're going to shop in Tucson. We're going to have a wonderful kit from our friend Ann. She's making some caps for us. We picked the colors, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be a fun time. And plus, we get to visit with our friend Ann. How fun is that? All right. I'm trying to read some of these. Something Shuri, something about a coin. Yeah, if you haven't had your, yeah, I'll have Azalea get to that. I can't read all that right here.
What's happening?
Something about a coin. I can't read it from that far away. Maybe, oh, Shri must have won a coin and it's going in a package. All right. So what we're doing today, I have a few molds that I wanted to show some of this UV. I've been making these. I didn't feel good all week. I didn't feel like doing wax work. I didn't feel like doing hardly anything. So what was kind of fun is making these pins. So this one, I didn't have any of these done, but this is one that, isn't this so cute? It's a little tadpole, or froglet, is I think they call it when it has its little tail. And this is in 2 kinds of resin. One is an opaque, and the other is a clear on top of it. And there's a few different techniques in this. It doesn't look like, I mean, this is a few steps. Here's another one. I have a couple of them. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it as well in this, but I'm going to show you how to do this. And it's really cute. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Flip that.
Here, I can do it.
Did you happen to wipe off the camera?
No. Zoomed in a little bit.
Yeah, we don't need to go that tight.
There you go. Very nice. Okay, you guys, I'm going to drop the very first affiliate link that we have tried. It's for a starter resin kit. It's supposed to come with some tools, maybe basic mold, a small tester bottle. If you've never played with resin before, I saw it and I think it would be a good idea because it's this brand that we like to use. So you all go ahead and tell me if this works so I don't make any mistakes in the future if it's not.
Okay, I'm going to put the, so you don't forget, this is the, maybe I'll put it down here. Is that better? Put it right above that so you guys can see what's the hashtag.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Good idea.
There's the hash,
smart.
So you can see it. It's got, I did a little, I don't know what's going on that, but this is a pretty nice pearl. I had this strand ages and ages ago. What's that gal doing with the, is that my screen? Keep it well lit. I won't be able to see
my
it.
My computer likes to do this thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to do you a favor and turn the brightness all the way off.
Oh, thank you.
It's like,
no, thank you.
No,
thank you. Don't do that to me.
No need, my friend. No, thank you.
All right. So I'm going to put these so you can see them. That's at the top of what we're doing. Anne said, how can we get the finished pins? Well, I have been making the finished pins, and I take them over. Give me that tray, or give me this bag, Azalea, down here. Right here. So I've been taking these to pop-ups in town. A pop-up is when you go to a gallery, and then see, it's like the pins here. And this is a new one. You set up in the space. It's not usually a space where you would set up, and that's why they call it a pop-up, because you're like a jack in the box and you're appearing where you don't usually appear. So that's kind of fun. I mean, it is fun. So here's another one. Oh, I made this one with the, this is called the dark type UV resin. It's pretty cool. It looks like that screen needs to be cleaned, so I'm going to, you guys close your eyes for a moment while I do this. I'm going to grab this and do this real fast. There we go. So it's not so many smudgies. There, a little bit clearer. What do you know? All right. Oh, I see a comment from C. Gray. My order arrived just in time for making Christmas gifts. Thank you for including the brass eye pendant I won with my order. Yay, that's good. That's a good feeling. I love a free inside. All right, so let's get rolling. I was particularly happy with this one. Look at his face. This is the technique I showed this a couple times before. This is where you dust the mold with what am I drawing a blank? Pan pastels, duh. With pan pastels. You don't have to use pan pastels, but that is my favorite as far as pigment. I'm going to get these out of the way so I have some workspace. And I showed these maybe 2 weeks ago. That was some more UV, some fun. That was mix and matching UV. So the first one I want to do, I've been kind of want to try this mold here to show you. Oh, thank you, Liz. She likes that that neat little face. All right, I'm going to put that over. I don't need that. All right, so I made this mold. And when I say I mean Greg made this for me with a mold making kit. You know what? I forgot the affiliate link for this. It's some kind of, I'll show. We'll do a mold making day, and that'll be fun because it is kind of cool to know how to make a mold. And this is a very easy mold. All right, let's start with, I'm going to try, so sometimes you can mix and match these resins. I'm going to use this brand here. It's my favorite. It's called Let's Resin. Azalea dropped a link for the starter kit, and that starter kit has some fun little components, like a little jewelry component with like pendants and things and dried flowers. And we taught that class over at Cherry Tree, and it worked great. And it was like, I want to say $30-ish. And it's a lot of fun. It's a good one. It's well worth the money. I mean, if you don't want to invest a lot, you could try it out and say, hey, let's get together, ladies. Maybe get a couple friends together because there's plenty of supplies to make a bunch of stuff and make, if anything, you could easily make enough for several sets of earrings and get your money back on it if you sold them or gave them as gifts or whatever. So something leaked in here that makes me not want to use this because that they're sticky. Let's see. I'm going to put these gloves on. See if that's good. All right. Don't be like me. I'm going to have to get rid of this bracelet. I was going to show this. I taught a class a few years ago, and by a few years, maybe 10 years. I don't know. I'm not very good with time. But this is a bangle class that you can carve it and with paraffin and make a really simple mold and make some of these. So that was from Craft Daily, I think. And that was a fun bracelet. I was looking for the actual DVD, but then I couldn't find it. I mean, I only looked for a few minutes, so that's not surprising that it was difficult to spot. So I'm looking for a color that I want to do. Oh, thank you, y'all. Sherry says your link to Amazon worked. Yes.
I'm going to drop another one. We have to repeat it a couple times during the live tonight that we have joined the affiliate team with Amazon. So we're going to get a percentage of any purchases made tonight from our link. And we have to be super apparent about that, you guys. So if you click on our link and use it, we get a little cut of that, and we would greatly appreciate it. So we can try this again in the future. We're moving up in the world with technology. We've never done this before, so I'm glad it's working.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty exciting.
I'm about to drop another one to this set that she's using right now.
This is the opaque.
Show them the
box.
Yeah, show them the box.
This is the same packaging.
It is. It's the same one.
Colored jewelry UV resin. I tried this one before. I got a few different boxes of this. Let me see, what's this one? What's this story over here? Why is this different?
Wendy, if you
just the newer or just different colors. Maybe these are just different colors. So I think I'm going to use some of these too. They look like the same brand, but maybe I was looking at the colors. Let me see.
Sherry had a good idea. Put a banner up that says affiliate link.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, if I think I can only put one banner up at a time, and currently my banner says Seafoam. So if I were to put a banner up that says affiliate, I might have to take that one down.
Oh.
So
well, I
could change the bottom one because the bottom one's not so necessary. I'll do that now. Good idea. Thank you.
All right, let's see if how this looks. Hopefully it doesn't look goofy. So I am trying not to get air bubbles, and I'm popping them as I go if I see them. In the opaque, it's not as important because it's opaque and you won't see the air bubbles. So I'm just loading this little tadpole with color. Should put on my glasses so I can really see it. I don't know. This might be too labor intensive to do it this way. Maybe get a toothpick. Get a toothpick. That'd be pretty good. Let's see. I don't have a toothpick, but what I do have is stick go. Oh, here we have a pin. This pin will work just fine.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay, I'm dragging some of this into this spot. Now, you don't have to use a handmade mold. You could use any silicone mold. You can use the molds that come with any beginner kit. Beginner kit will have things like frames, mold frames for earrings. I should get that one out because the one that we got at Cherry Tree is a pretty standard. It came in the pack, and I bought an extra one because we kept using it and having to take turns with it. You know the one with the skinny bar? Azalea, you know the one I'm talking about, the skinny bar?
No, which one?
The earring one it had a skinny bar, and it took like 2 seconds to make it. And everybody was trying to get it.
Is that the one you're missing?
I'm not missing, I just didn't get it out.
Oh.
Hopefully that doesn't look goofy. I'll put the lid on it. And set it up on there. And then I'm blocking it with this painting. We'll get it out of the way. I don't want my other UV. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to take these gloves off, and then I'm going to show you. You know what? I still managed to get sticky with gloves on. What's the point of these gloves? I'm going to just throw this away. Why bother? Don't be like me. Get well-fitting gloves. All right, so while that's cooking, check out this painting. I made this for Sarah Oler, you know, our friend over at Softlex. I made this for her. Let's see, maybe 2 months ago. I was supposed to send it to her. Her husband passed, and I made a nice painting of an afternoon we spent together with her children, maybe 2 years ago. And so I thought and it's funny, I started working on this painting for her, and it's got Marty hair on top. I just sanded the top layer. I did a UV or a layer of matte varnish. That's why it has that kind of satiny color, but it needs another layer. I sanded between. When you sand between, you get a really nice like glowy finish. And once the final layer is on, it'll look really good. So what you do is if you do it layer by layer, it builds up. So if you look on the side, you can kind of see the different tones of the sky. So I'm gradually building, so it gives it a real beautiful sunset glow. So that was one thing I worked on when I was not feeling good. Okay, so the first layer was this color. Oh, Wendy says, not seeing the link. It just took me to the Amazon homepage. Oh, well, I'm not sure how to do that.
Nobody else is having that problem, are you?
Yeah, someone else go check. Wendy, see, just check. We'll see if that didn't work. All right, this feels like I'm testing it. It is set up. All right, we'll do the next layer. So I'm going to do a dark color on top of that so that this little tadpole will pop.
I haven't seen anybody else comment that they had a problem.
All right,
not yet.
I'm looking for, this is the opaques. So I'm going to find one that's a little bit
Michelle
darker.
says it works for me, takes me directly to the item. Well, maybe you can try it again.
Refreshing. I think sometimes
I can resend that one that we were just using, just in case anybody else has joined and didn't get to see it in time. because I believe if you join after a link has been pasted in the comments, you can't see previous comments before, like, you know, that were posted before you joined.
All right, so I'm gonna put this here.
So here it is a second time. That's the one on screen.
All
That's
right, so I'm
link
gonna do this one. This is from the opaque. We're gonna do a couple layers. I'm gonna get around here so that the tadpole has a little bit of dark around it. Hopefully, oh, that's not that dark. It's more of a taupe. These bottles are a little misleading. So I'm just gonna mix this around. That's not that dark at all. Let me find another one that's more dark. Or not, at least, I guess that's, when I looked at that red, in my mind, I thought that's going to be darker. Let's see what color this comes.
Oh, it's because I wrote that it will redirect you to Amazon.com, and it read it Amazon.com as a link to Amazon.
Oh.
My bad. Sorry.
Let's see this one. So you got to shake these colors up. Oh. You got to shake them up pretty good. And you can mix if you use the same brand while it's damp. I do not suggest mixing if you're going to use, say, Let's Resin and this one in the same while it's wet or uncured. It might have a different effect. So I'm just going in and I'm going to put a few different layers because this is like a stream bed. I can't wait to pop this out. It's going to be, I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. You never know with UV. Or actually, you never know with any of them, really. Okay, let me see. I didn't shake this one as thoroughly. Oh, well, look, it's like the one that's like, it's black. It really is black. Maybe I'll swirl it. This looks like a mess right now, so hopefully it does not come out as like what... In my mind, I'm looking at this going, man, oh man, sometimes I'll do this. Why is it when I do it live, it's going to look like something else?
We've seen you make pretty things on a live before.
Thank you. Sometimes you've seen me make not so pretty things too. Let me get in there so you can see what I'm doing. So this is the opaque resin. And I'm working in reverse. I put the tadpole in a lighter opaque resin. And I'm going to use this as a backdrop for the little rocks that were around the base of the little tadpole. All right, now. Yeah, this looks so cool. Look at it from, oh, what am I doing? I was going to show it and be like, look how it looks. And I have this little painting that I was working on. This was in a thing here. This is called Persona. So this is a persona. This is maybe what digital format. Someone has their outward appearance and maybe their true appearance is kind of fading into the background, you know, because isn't it kind of irrelevant anymore? It could be anything you want to be. I'm going to find me. Oh, there's a paper towel. I always find a paper towel lingering around. So here's another painting. I'll show it while we're waiting for this. Got a minute or so. This is acrylics mixed with Primatech watercolor and also matte varnish. And I have interference pigments that I've used. So it's mixed media. All right, let's test it. That feels not tacky, so that's good. You don't want, if it feels tacky, it could go for another round. Oh, Michelle says you'll need to do the UV light affiliate link, as I imagine that people might be interested in that too.
Yeah, I got that one on there.
We put in the starter kit. The starter kit
one has a basic one, but if you want one that has a little bit more power, I found one that was pretty good too. It was not the one that you pointed out, Mom, but it was a different one that I know.
Oh, I do want that one. I did get the one that looks like a spaceship, and I took it to Fresno, and that was the one I gave to Kate.
Let me see. I'll find that lamp that you did like.
I don't have it anymore because I gave it away. So
you mean this one?
No, I didn't. Oh, the one right next to it is the one it says previously purchased right next to it. Can you see that?
Yeah, previously viewed.
That's the one.
I've used that one. I made an affiliate link for that one already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, earlier.
That is a good one.
All right, you guys, I'm pasting another one.
This one is okay, but it doesn't have it. It has it at 30 and 60 seconds. The one that we left in Fresno with Kate has a longer life. Let's try this color. That might be pretty.
Clem asks, is there an Amazon page that shows all the items that you endorse? Not yet, because it's our first time doing it, but if we can make this work, I'll definitely put in some effort to organize the page so it's convenient for everybody, so I can drop one link. I can drop one link instead of 10, you know. But good idea, Clem, good idea. Here we go.
Yeah, that is good. Pretty smart. Well, we're learning. You know, you don't know what you don't know.
I didn't even know what an affiliate link was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I'd heard of it. Oh, Wendy says, saw the color set, but not the starter kit. The starter kit's fun. We originally bought the starter kit. That was what originally we purchased.
The starter kit, I posted the link to that near the beginning of the live. So if anybody's just now joining, that was
Wendy
earlier.
says, can you please repost it?
Yeah.
Zoe can do that. Yeah, because that one was that was the initial one, and you get a bunch of small jars or bottles of resin, and you get, I think, a bunch of, like a bigger size of the clear. And it's pretty fun. It's enough to definitely play with. You get, oh, I didn't want that color. That kind of pink is kind of, I don't know about that. These are kind of fun if you want to do a mix and match of clear and opaque. Always kind of fun to see what happens. Oh, this is getting pretty thick. So I should say, don't go too thick. Don't be like me and make a fruit gusher. Because if you go too thick, it will not set up. And you'll have to sit it outside in the sun and wait around, and that is no fun to wait. I'm dying to open this up, by the way. I could not do this for production, with this UV resin, because it would take me a while. There's cat hair in there. Marty? Doing. All right, so you can swirl a mold around to keep it from just puddling or pooling in a spot. I'm dying to flip this, so I want this to be, you don't want it any thicker than, say, 2 or 3 millimeter. The thicker it is, the more chance you have of it not setting up properly and being like a fruit gusher. This is a light that, let me see, does it have it? No, that doesn't have the blue light on it to the side. Originally, I got this light for testing stones. So if you want to see, this is ruby, see? And the presence of chromium causes it to make that glow. And it's in sapphire, or in, like, certain sapphires will make an orangey color, but it will glow. And we were testing it to see if it will, help with the UV, because it has all these different lights on it. But it's a pretty fun light. I couldn't find the actual link for that one. I'll hunt for it. But while we're waiting for that, here's another painting that I started a while ago. Oh, Katney says, Candy Cooper has a favorites page. You have to share the link, but then once you follow it, we can see all the stuff you add. Love it. One of the benefits of technology. Oh, I did see about that. I don't know. Oh, Tom says, hello, Tom, my friend. I'm wondering if you can go back in old videos and drop affiliate links. I don't know for sure, just something that popped in my head. That's actually pretty smart, because I have a bunch of stuff that I've bought through Amazon that I did not share, I didn't realize you could do this. So,
well, if we ever took any old live videos and reposted them on YouTube, we could put the affiliate links in the description of the video, probably. But it would have to require reposting.
Oh, okay. So this is acrylic on think poplar or something. And again, I'm using the different types of interference pigments. I use Primatech, and in some cases, I found this mica and I ground it up and I used it for some of these sparklies. So I found that on my friend Jason Sheeler's property. I found a ton of mica. I didn't know what to do with it, but it was fun. Let's see if all this thick resin actually set up. I would not be surprised. Actually, this, you know what? I could go for a little bit longer. So the other one that has like a flying saucer shape has a 5-minute setting or 2-minute. This one is 30 and 60 seconds. And it's not that great, you know, for deeper things. But I think that for thin, this works just fine. And I have a couple of them. So I bought them a few times. I don't know what happened to the first one. It was really small, so I just replaced it. I was working on these little cards. So one thing that I'm going to do is I'm working on making different background cards for product. So you have to imagine text, like GreenGirlStudios, and like white text. So, and then a necklace. So I'm going to start making more finished things. This is one of the cards I was working on. I'm not sure if I love it or not. It has a little bit of granulation in there. Kind of pretty. Let's test it again. Seems like that time it did it. All right, I'm going to do another layer. Let's see, what other colors do I have here? Let's try this brown. Maybe this butterscotch, or this is a good one. Let's see if it's that color. Oh, Anne says, also YouTube channels. I follow in their description. They will have the link to their Amazon store. Oh, yeah. That's pretty smart. Did you hear that talk, Azealia? That's kind of, you know, look at that color as a, it's not even, look at that. It's not really that close. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to add a couple more layers, but I'm dying to get to another one. I want to do something else. I'm ready. My attention is already on something. I'm going to add small layers. I'm dying to flip it over and see what it looks like when you pop it out. So that's probably, it's hard to get depth. But the swirls in this are really, you can see them in the final, and it's pretty cool. I've tried using a couple different resin types. Like there's another kind that sets up a little faster. It's not a UV, to do like two-part resin. And that's kind of fun to like backfill it so you're not doing layer after layer. I kind of feel like a mad scientist when I'm doing that. I just put on for a minute. Here's a watercolor that I was working on. This is also a possible background. This is a big card. So when I was working on this, this is a method of watercolor where you're going in the lightest part. So you go in with your lightest colors. The dark was added afterward. And what I did was I started it like this and kind of washes with little bits of salt. And after, what you do is when this is dry, you go in and make patterns with the dark. So you're pulling your shadows out. It's like kind of like, I mean, when you work watercolor, they tell you to work from light to dark anyway. But this is where you can have the opportunity to do little details that you wouldn't normally. Maybe it's like a way that's like shadow. Like when you're working with acrylic, I feel like, I don't know, I was taught to make, you know, your shadows, you get your patterning of light and dark. But with watercolor, you get all your lights first. And they always say, preserve your lights, preserve your light, because you're not supposed to go in and cheat with white watercolor. But I don't believe in that talk of cheating and not cheating with watercolor. Who cares? Like I've had people say, well, that's not traditionally how you're supposed to do it. Well, nobody actually cares if you go in traditionally or not. Turns out they don't. They don't even ask. So if you're going to follow the rules of watercolor road, then, I don't think it matters. So this is the method I was just talking about, where I'm going in, I'm with my lights, like splashes, and then I'm going to go over top of it the same way this is done with my darks, making some of these patterns. This is a picture. This is taken from a picture. I was actually driving and the sun was hitting the mountain ridge. And you won't see much of this color because it's going to go over with patterning of leaves or tree limbs right over top of it. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready for the next one. Ready for the next one.
You want to do the giveaway?
At right now, we're only at 36 minutes, little daughter. This is another one where I'm working on a product card. Check this out. This is not my piece, but this was something my friend got me. And isn't that cool? My friend brought that back from Egypt. It's has some cartouche on the back.
Do I need to drop any more resin links? Is anybody still interested in that?
No, we'll see.
Because I made like 8 of them.
Oh, good. Well, you need to drop all of them that you made, if you did. Did you drop all of the ones that you made?
I didn't want to drop them all at once while you were talking about one thing. And then people get confused. So
I see. This is granulating watercolor right there.
Show the clear one.
Which clear one?
The clear one.
Oh, this is the big bottle of the clear. And I'm getting ready to do this one. So I just touched this. You see, did that?
Here's the clear one.
I'm testing this.
Did you make a gusher?
Well,
kind of looking like it. Look like there's some leakage happening at the edge.
No, not a gusher. Oh, yes, a gusher.
Yeah. When it does that dip in action, did you use colored with resin or did you use resin dye?
No, I used the one. So I made it a little thick. So the way around that is you hit it again with the light. That's how you do it. That's pretty much the only way you can do it. I want to put these out of the way. They were pretty fun, but I think I'm already ready to move on to something else. I want to demold and see what happened, but I cannot demold until it is well set up. Otherwise, it'll just be slimy, and you don't want that.
Slimy. Did you show the dark set?
I'm getting ready to. The dark set's next.
Okay, here's the link to the dark set. And then you guys might be delighted with some dried flowers for your resin too. I used to love using those. I used them all up.
Where are those? Oh, here they are. These are a lot of fun. This, I still have a ton of it, and I bought it a while ago. So this is in one of the sets.
That's all my links.
Oh, it is? The links. These are really cool. So you get a lot in there. And yeah, I opened all these. Look at all the different ones you get. This is one set, by the way. So there's like, I don't know how many are in each one, but they're kind of stacked up. So you can take them out of the sleeve like this, and then you can carefully go through, lift up the plastic, and that's how you get at them, which is pretty smart. This I really loved. There's some really itty bitty. Look at this tweeny. You need tweezers for this kind of business right here. So check this out. Look at this tiny Queen's Anne's lace. Isn't that so pretty? These are really good in an earring or a little. I think it's the best in an earring. And I made a bunch of earrings with this. when we went over and had a resin day with Jen and Annalise. That was fun. Remember that, Azulia?
Mm-hmm.
Before we taught the class, we got together and we played with these. And in that, we were there for a couple of hours. And I feel like I made, when I'm not demonstrating this and talking through each step, it goes really fast. So you can see, because you're working in 60-second increments, that it can go really quickly. All right. If this isn't set up, I'm just going to pop it anyway. And we're just going to have to live with the result. So I can't stand it. I got to see what happens. All right, I'm going to pop it. Ugh. That was too thick, and this mold is opaque. So that's one of the things. Look what happened, Zoya.
Oh, I don't even need to look. I know what happened.
She knows what happened.
Well, if you get too eager and you start going to you go to your layers are too thick all at once, then it's not going to cook.
Okay, we're going to cook it again.
Yeah.
It'll cook. But you know what? This kind of UV does not love to use a dark resin, or I mean a UV resin. It likes the clears because you can see through it. The opaque mold is not a good mix.
This looks small, but see if you can squeeze your hand into that comfortably. There you go.
Zoya's testing me right here. She's testing this.
The wristband for your gloves, because I started making them with I cast on 36 earlier. It was too small. And then I cast on 48. It's too much. I just made gloves for my dad for Christmas, and now I'm on a glove frenzy.
She's very good at it. All right, we're letting that cook, as it were. Yeah, that really looks like garbage. Don't waste your time for 40 minutes making something like that, because that doesn't look good right there. Don't make that. And the lesson here, my friends, is that this is a dark colored mold, so the light cannot get through to it, right? And it is an opaque resin, so it does not want to set up in this kind of situation. What it likes is this. This is a type of a clear resin. We ran out. This is a resin that you use for making. So I'm making a hand puppet, and the hand puppet requires the use of silicone for the first mold. And I bought this for that purpose. This is what we usually get, and we make a lot of our molds from it, and it works really good. And you can get, I'm going to do a mold making video here shortly. But this is one brand. It's clear, and it's a platinum cured resin or silicone. And it says this. It claims that you don't need a chamber, like a, what is that thing called that I bought? A vacuum chamber. I don't know why it was eliminated from my brain, but anyway.
Oh, the thing that was supposed to get all the air bubbles out of resin,
and it was like slow motion.
It didn't even work. It came out with more bubbles. That was returned.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I still have it. I kept it. Well, because I might try to use it and make it work, because I mean it worked on some other things. I wanted to try this. Let's try this one resin, because I am determined to get this to look good. I'm determined. And I think it'll look good if you use it in, I'm going to try this frog. See, hopefully it's not. I'll wipe this mold out. Some of them I pre-dusted and I didn't cast it yet. Like this rabbit has not been cast, and this is for 2-part resin right in, or this one right here. So we're going to try and play Mad Scientist again. I'm going to try this green. Maybe I'll shake it first. The debubbler. Oh yeah, the debubbler, that did not work great. Yeah. I know, it's like every time I'm doing this, like where I try to be experimental, then I show it what not to do. Don't be like me. So I'm going to go conservatively with this one, and let's just try it. We'll go in and see what happens. And I think the key is to go even thinner. Although I don't know if this is even worth trying. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it real quick and see what happens. We'll just see. I call that my mad scientist to see if it'll do it. So I'm scraping it in here, and I have an idea. I'm going to try it. Let's see if this works. Okay, where's that little... This is a good use of this. So let's do this. All right. I'm going to reach it into that mold. Maybe we'll even go ultra. See if that's better. No escape now. See, that light did not get in there and couldn't reach around the corners. We'll see if this does it. And I have a feeling it will, because you know what? It's a very thin layer, and I'm also like 1 inch away from the inside of this. So this I think will work. Let me see. Let me feel it. It's warming up. So it's doing it. It's doing its thing. Wendy says, so you said Greg made the mold. How do you do that again? Maybe you can video the process. Yeah, I will do that. I will for sure do that.
We can make a YouTube video.
Yeah, that's easy. We were talking about making some videos that were called evergreen.
Yeah.
We didn't do that so far. So that feels like that completely set up. It's not soft at all. This resin too, if the light passes through it, which it was not passing through this. So this is completely opaque, and it's not a surprise. I don't know why I thought that would work, but well, I did it before. That's why I thought it would work. You know, sometimes you try things and you're like, yeah, that'll do it. Why not? Apparently I like this green because there's not much in it.
Could have been me.
And I want to go too aggressively. Get in there and get his eyes. This one's a little more opaque, so I'm kind of scared that this one might not work. And it's no big deal if it doesn't. It's not like this stuff is super expensive, so it's fun to play with for sure. We are having a get-together on Christmas of just friends, and you know, like we're gonna make a big pot of something like a veggie stew in case there's people that are veggie.
You guys don't forget to comment #Seafoam.
Oh yeah, because it's getting to that time. All right, let's try it again with this UV and see what happens. I'm gonna keep it moving and see, get down into its face. The UV pen, yeah, I'm a big fan of this UV pen. It's one of my favorite things to take with me to the gym shows. And it can be awkward though, because there were several times when she was like looking directly into one of this dude's eyes, because he was like, oh, look at this. Here's some rubies for you. Here's some rubies. You'll love this. And she looked at it and she goes, let's see. She took that pen out and we tested them, and they did not fluoresce. And he goes, oh, it's a different kind. And we're like, oh, is that right?
Lies. Rubies have chromium in them.
Mm-hmm.
If it is a ruby, it'll glow.
All right, it feels warm like that. You know, it's not tacky at all. Not like this mess. Let's see if I can cook that so I can clean the mold out. If you have a problem, if you ever do what I just did and you have a bunch of raw resin in there, you can just hit it again, and it will. If it's tacky, it'll set up. If you put it outside,
leave it out there for a long time.
Well, you know what? I did that, and all of my powders that were in the bag busted. So don't do that.
That was in like this warm season though, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
She's fine now.
It gets hot. That's the thing. It gets real warm. Ooh, I love that color. That dark cyan. This is a pretty color. I wish they sold these in great big jars. I was like, let's email the company and be like, listen,
This tiny
this
1 ounce
small.
is not enough.
I've bought this kit several times now, and I like these. The dark colors are my favorite. They're real pretty. I think this is going to come out good. I'm just going to use this pen. I mean, I could use this light, but the pen gets in there. And I can get close. Yeah. I should have popped that air bubble, though. I didn't see it. But you know what? You probably won't see it from the other side because it's clear, but it's not super clear. Let me feel it. And I'm applying pressure, so if there's any give, then I'll know that it's like a fruit gusher like this one. And I keep hitting this so that it will set up and I can just peel it away. I think that's pretty cool, huh? Could you mix those with more clear? Hey, let's check it out. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. So this is plain clear. Let's finish this one off with plain clear and see what the story is. And really, you should wipe your caps off. Don't be like me and do this. Don't do this. Because then look what happens. It gets gunky around the edge. You don't want to do that. You want to take the extra time to wipe your cap off. I have this paper towel here for just the purpose. And this is a pretty strong light. So this is good for this opaque resin, or I mean opaque silicone. This is actually getting really warm. It's setting it very fast. Yeah, if you can find the link for one of these, then you can drop it in there because this is a good tool.
I have no idea what that brand is.
It doesn't matter because I looked before and they had them on there. I was going to order one for Annie as a present. Ow. Turns out that's hot. It didn't burn me. It just surprised me. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, please do not be a gusher. But I don't think it is because look how it's peeling away. Woo! Now let me go and do his face. So if there's any parts that did not get it, I can cure anything that is not 100% cured. Looks like there was a little that didn't get cured at the very tip of his face. So the key is to not use dark blue silicone with UV resin. It's okay to use with two-part polyurethane resin, but my experiments with it with UV have been only okay. Like that looks pretty good, but his face got a little bit messed up there, and I don't love that story. But it looks cute. Now you can get this same look with using this kind of mold right here. Just use clear. Don't use this. If you won't have any problems if you don't use this kind of light blue or this dark blue resin. I made this, and by me, I mean Greg made this so that I could make a bunch of these pins. And it works fantastic for something like this right here. That's what that's good for.
Patty wants to know if it's hot in your hand.
It was a little warm, but it wasn't hot. All right, so we have two resin pieces. One is a complete fail. That's complete fail. Looks like garbage. And this one is not so bad. Like this one came out pretty good. And I made one. Where is it? Or maybe you made it. What happened to it? This is one Azalea had made previously. And this one I think it looks like serpentine. That little serpentine one that you made?
Oh, yeah.
But this one was also made with this mold, or this mold material, I should say. Let me see. But I was curious if I could use it. That's a standard. Yeah, this one was extra, like super smushy. So this kind of doesn't have a very long mold life. If your molds are like this, they don't last very long. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a class or something where maybe we start from this carving, because I think I showed carving this, and it's a lot of fun to carve polymer clay that has been hardened, partially hardened for only like 5 minutes, and then use some clear silicone, and then you could use either. So that's the bonus of that. All right, let's flip this. Let's do that giveaway. That's for this. We're going to do 2. So let's see. If you need to, only 18. Let's see if people want to spam it in there and see. So this is part of the giveaway today. We have a little seafoam colored pearl and a seafoam colored pack. There are little pearls in there, but this is a pretty good pearl right here. So I figure, hey, that's kind of, is it equivalent? Because that's a nice pearl. You can just cut that little head pin off if you don't want to use that. Is it going? Is it doing anything?
No, it's not really growing.
All right. No, because I see a bunch of people have hashtagged it. Yeah, how come that isn't doing anything? What's up with you, StreamYard?
I don't know. It doesn't say there's any problem.
No, it doesn't say there's a problem. Maybe just gathering them and it's not doing it. All right, Azalea's, she's going with it.
Or pick one to start with. Who's getting the first one?
Where is it? Caroline, let's go. Here, I was holding this, so this is the one for Caroline. Write it down.
All right, let's draw again for the pearl.
Let's do it again.
Yay, Debbie! You get that pearl.
We'll put this in something for you, Debbie.
Oh, thank you again, Debbie, for the yarn.
That was quite a treat.
That made me very happy.
Little daughter was ecstatic. All right, flip that camera, little girl. Flip it. That was pretty fun. Well, hopefully during our Mad Scientist episode of UV resin and a dark mold, you can see what you can and can't get away with. Turns out you don't want to use any kind of dark resin or dark silicone. Keep mixing and matching my talk there. But here we made this little thing. This was the success-ish. Came out okay. It would have come out better if I had used clear. So the lesson here today is don't use this. Don't use this stuff. It did good for, this is great if you're not going to use UV. It's perfect for a 2-part fast 5-minute resin. Can't beat it. There's nothing better. It's strong. It will last a long time. And that's the thing with some of these silicones is that you get a lot of, depending on what you're going to make. Here, little daughter, put those in your notes. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. Thank you, my friend. I had a good time with that. I don't know if that was fun for y'all. It's kind of a disaster with the first thing of working on that for 30 minutes and then it comes out complete fail. But that's sometimes how you learn. You don't know. If you've never tried it, you will never know, and no one will know because no one wants to waste their time or materials. Turns out I'm not afraid to do either. I will waste time, money, other people's time. I will waste Azalea's time and Greg's. We'll make a mess. And that can be, sometimes you can come up with something really cool, and other times you come up with something that looks like looks like trash. So, you know, you never know what's going to happen. All right, I see some comments. The fabric purses, Carolyn says, that was my friend. That's my friend Joanne. And look what Joanne made. We did a trade the other day at the pop-up. I don't know if you can see that, but she makes these earrings. Let me just take them off. Why am I trying to focus my face in there so y'all can see my skin problems? Aren't those pretty? It looks like freeform peyote. But anyway, I traded for these with her and I love them. I love them a lot. So anyway, we were talking about taking one more pic. I have a few of her pouches that could be put in a group picture. And I may do that with the tags put in there. I was talking about doing that the other day and I forgot about it. So thank you for the reminder. Oh, Michelle says, love the sweatshirt. This comes from our friends over in Pennsylvania. This is Rough and Tumble brand. This gal, she was the lead dye artist for Ralph Lauren for I don't know how long. And so she does outstanding work. She goes to different shows. She goes to I think it's Marlboro. She does the Oklahoma State Fair. She does a bunch of shows. So you can go to the website, I believe, and it's Rough and Tumble. So it's nice stuff. Very good quality. All right, my friend, we will see you next Sunday. I'm going to take off Christmas. So if you're going to tune in for then, I will have a post that says we're going to be celebrating and we're going to be crafting around the Christmas tree. So we will see you next Sunday. We'll be in our normal hours. All right, my friends, we will see you later. Thank you, and we love you so much.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.